All right, Ron, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I got my tea and I'm ready.
All right, excellent, excellent. Hey, welcome everyone. We've got a bunch of people on here. We got some stragglers, so we're going to wait 30 seconds here while people are still trickling in. I can't believe how many people we've got on the webinar today. That's amazing. If you haven't done so already, grab a pen, piece of paper, get ready to take some notes, and stick around till the end because we're going to do a Q&A session at the end. We're going to try and answer most of your questions during the webinar, but if we don't, we're going to have that Q&A at the end.
I got to tell you, Rob, I've spoken to more people this week, I think, than in the last month, just this week.
Really? It's been a busy week. That's good news, right?
Yeah, and I know the majority of them are on this webinar, so that's great. They'll definitely get an education.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And just so everyone knows, everyone's getting $750 in bonuses at the end of the webinar, and we're also going to be giving a $750 cash discount. So everyone is here for a reason. Most of you are at a crossroad when it comes to your vending business. And you've got a few options, especially when it comes to locating. You've got some decisions to make. That's why you're here. You can locate the machines yourself. It's difficult. It takes a lot of time to do it. You can hire a traditional locator. We know that about 70% of you actually have done that, hired a traditional locator, and maybe you've had a bad experience, and that's why you're here. You have the option of actually selling your machine. If you do that, most likely, even if they're still boxed, you're probably going to lose a couple, 2, 3,000 per machine. Or the other option is you can use Kickstart 360, our three-phase approach to getting you high-traffic locations, which includes a custom website, online marketing, and telemarketing. But before we tell you about that, I'm just going to introduce myself and Ron. So my name is Robert Patterson. I'm the Chief Marketing Guru here over at Kickstart 360 Vending Locators. And I started my first vending business a little over 11 years ago, and I built it up to over 100 machines. And what happened was I was so good at getting them placed that I had other vendors actually asking me to do it for them. And that's how Kickstart was born. And now we're the fastest growing 21st century vending machine locator in North America. And go ahead, Ron, tell a little bit about yourself.
Well, I got started in the vending industry in 1991. I bought it was 25 countertop snack machines from Edina Manufacturing out in Minnesota. They were the old style that you put the quarters in and you turned the knob, and that it was fully mechanical. So when you turned the knob, it turned the spiral and it dropped the candy. And that, you know, would be considered an antique today, that's for sure. But that's how I got started in the business. I went out, I put them in real estate agencies. I found that real estate offices were a great niche, and that was the beginning of my vending slash locating career.
Ron is a great guy. He's very, very passionate about it. He loves talking with everyone on the phone and getting them psyched up and helping them along. So, with Kickstart, I mean, between Ron, myself, the rest of our team, we've got over 100 years of experience. When you work with us, let's see here, we've got over 1,000 customers, over 40,000 machines located. We've actually got two divisions: Kickstart locations, which is for the smaller candy and gumball style machines. Again, if you've done some research about our company, you may have seen a few little complaints about it, but we've had over 1,000 customers. 98.7% of people say they have had a positive experience with us. We're A+ rated with the BBB. And the truth is, anything negative you ever hear about us, it's only about the small machines. And the reality is that when we get clients with these small machines, they come to us with massively inflated expectations built up by the supplier, that kind of sold them those machines. And if you've got full-size soda snack machines right now, you may be feeling that as well. And the truth of it is that we've had We've had some of our clients try another locating company, have it not work out. They realized they weren't half as good as us. And then they came back to us and told us how great we were. If we ever did have an issue, we always rectified it. And that's for the little ones. With Kickstart 360, never a complaint, A plus BBB rated. We've got much greater control over the locations. We target based on demographics, number of employees, daily traffic, all kinds of stuff like that. Anything else you want to say here, Ron?
Well, you know, people are going to see as we go through this webinar that we have to do a good job because they're not, when they come on board with us, they're not our customers, they're not our clients, they're our partners, and they're going to see that our program is long term. So we have to deliver, we have to do a good job. And you know what? The reality is we want to do a good job. So it doesn't, it's not like we're pushing to do that great job. It is our goal, and it's really our desire.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before we talk about what we do, let's talk about traditional vending locators. So traditional vending locators, the biggest thing is the majority of them are what we call subcontractors and commission only. That means their interests are aligned with getting your machines located quickly, but not in the most high traffic locations because they just want to get that commission and move on. The other issue with traditional locating is that you've got to wait a long time for a locator to actually go out there. Oftentimes they've got to, if you've got 10 machines, it might take them months to get someone to fly out there to actually locate or drive out there to locate those machines. The other thing is the fine print. There's a lot of fine print. For one example, the minimum order for going out and doing replacements. So, let's say you get 10 machines located, and over the course of, a year, 2 or 3 locations, they drop out. Maybe they're not performing. Something's happening. It's almost impossible to get a locator back out there just to do 2 or 3 machines because it just doesn't make sense for them. So you've got to make sure to read that fine print. And you're going to miss out on 80% of locations with a traditional locator. We're going to talk to you more about that, how you can make sure you're getting those 80% of locations the traditional locators are going to miss out on. Anything else you want to say here, Ron?
Well, I just wanted to say that, when someone's working commission, that means that they're not working for you. They're working for themselves. That's the bottom line. And the people that get our locations are employees. They're hourly. They're paid hourly. They're not commissioned. And they know if they don't do a good job, they don't keep their job. And that's the biggest difference right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Ron. You know what? Everyone in there, type a 1 in the chat box right now if you've used a traditional locating company and either felt scammed or they got you junk locations or just didn't turn out the way you'd expected.
I know you're getting a lot of ones now.
We are. Yeah, we're getting a lot of ones. And I hate to see that because it's not fair and it's not a good part of the industry. And, I know 70% of our people, and Ron can attest to this, come to us and they've already used a traditional locator and they just felt scammed. And if you're feeling frustrated, if you've spent 10, 20, 30, $40,000 or more on equipment and you're feeling like you're stuck, they're in the garage, the wife or the husband's mad at you, trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone. We're going to show you a better way. So, what sets us apart? We actually use a 3-phase approach to locating. That includes a custom website, we do online marketing for you, and we do telemarketing. So we use this 3-phase approach, but what also makes us different is you work directly with your professional telemarketing locator. You're working directly with them, talking with them. They consult with you to see exactly what it is you want. You work directly with your custom website designer. You get final approval on the website. It's gonna be a gorgeous website, and you get to approve everything. Like Ron was saying earlier, our people are not commission-based. They're hourly. They're incentivized to do good work for you. And we're your partners in growing your business. And we're going to show you more about that as we move on in this webinar today.
And these folks are going to realize, excuse me, but these folks are going to realize that we have literally revolutionized this industry. We've taken it from the 80s and the 90s, and I just spoke to someone today. He said, you're absolutely right. He's been in the business for a while. He said, this industry is stuck in the 80s and 90s. And when I explained our program to him, he said, wow, you guys are the first ones to do it the right way. And so we're revolutionizing the industry and bringing it into the 21st century. And people are going to see this as we go through this and map it all out. They're going to understand. If they understand the internet, they're going to understand that this is really a viable and very effective approach.
Definitely. And everyone on our team is incentivized to get you quality, high traffic locations. Because with our system, you get to actually approve those locations. So let's get into phase one. And that is building your website and creating credibility for your vending business. Again here, you work directly with our team to create this website. And you know what, let's go ahead and show them a sample website so they can see what it is that we're actually doing.
Sure.
So here's a sample website. Again, these are Fortune 500 caliber websites. You get a custom logo along with it. You can see here as I scroll, the logo changes color. You get a totally custom website. You get a custom logo. No two Kickstart 360 websites are the same. We're not the cookie cutters that the business in a box vending companies are giving you, where they just change out your contact information on the site. We're going to show you later those sites don't get picked up in the search engines, so they're practically useless. And here's the thing: these websites, they make your business look so professional, and perception is reality. They make you look bigger. They give you more credibility. Fake it till you make it. This gives you so much credibility. So let's go through the website a little bit and show you some of the key things. So right here, right at the front, you're going to see what we call above the fold, so you don't have to scroll. It says, "Welcome to Beverly Vending." This is the area where our partner is. And it says, "Get a free vending machine for your business or school." So that's what's called a call to action. So it's directing someone to take action. And then right there, it's very quick. You can fill out the form to get started. It's so simple. And then as you scroll down the page, there's some text here. Some of this is for search engine optimization, but it also highlights positive things in your business: customized service, traditional and trending product lines, state-of-the-art machine. And this is, of course, all custom to you. And then so important is a service area map, and then all the cities that you actually service there. And then, of course, we have a longer form that you can fill out to get the free machine, name, business name, email, phone number, and tell us about your business. So let's go to some of the individual pages on the website. So let's start with one of the most important, and that is a service area page. You would not believe how many vending websites fail to have a service area page. Maybe their company is John's Vending Service, and they don't know if John's Vending Service is in Chicago, Atlanta, New York, or Los Angeles, California. So they instantly leave that website, and they lose that business because they don't know what area it is that they target. So with us, you get up to 10 cities that you can target for your service area page. And the best thing is, every single one of these cities is also what we call a landing page. So I'm going to click on, let's say, Burbank. And you'll notice up here at the top in the URL, it changed the address to service area / Burbank. That's for SEO purposes. That way, if you're in Burbank, you're going to show up. If you're searching in Burbank, you're going to show up in the search engines. And we're going to show you more about that later. The other page that's really important is the Our Machines page. And on this sample site, you can see it has just a picture of the machines. We'll put whatever machines you have up here right on this page. The other thing is your products page. So you can quickly see all these categories of products, and you can click on a category, and it's going to load up all of the offerings that you have. It makes you look so professional. Look at this, snack and energy bars. So no matter what it is they're looking for, or if they are looking for something specific, they'll know if you offer it. Let's see, what other pages? Let's show you a few other sample sites. So this one is Beverly Vending. I really like this one. Here's another one called Tri-State Vending, New York Tri-State Vending. And this one's a little bit more unique on the Our Machines page. They have a bunch of different machines that they offer. So we actually we'll put whatever machines you have on this page, and when you click on the machine, it's going to give you all the information and all the details. So this gives the businesses a lot more control with choosing you, because they're like, okay, well, this is what they have to offer. Maybe they have to bring that to the CEO and say, hey, listen, this is what they have to offer. So we'll put it right there professionally, right on your website. Anything else you want to say about the websites before we move on to phase 2, Ron?
Well, the businesses want to deal with larger companies. They don't want to think that someone, because a lot of the people on this webinar only have 5 to 10 machines. Some people only have as little as 3. So they don't want to deal with small businesses. They want to deal with companies that are a little bit larger. But at the same time, they don't want to deal with national companies, because they want to have that local hometown feeling, because fast service is good service. So when you've got the service area map on there, but then you've still got the professionalism and the credibility that denotes a larger business, they feel comfortable about it. And we hear so often our partners saying, well, gee, I got this website, or I got this location because of my website. They liked my website.
Absolutely, yeah. We hear that all the time. All the time where a company was searching for vending service, and they came across 2 or 3 sites, and they chose our client because of the professionalism. And again, this site will look totally custom to you. Here's another example that looks totally different than the first 2 sites we just showed you. I love this logo up here. It says drink up and chow down. So neat. Your website will be totally custom to you. All right, so let's get on to phase 2, which is online marketing. And online marketing is so important, because this is how you get maximum exposure. And so what do we do for you? We do what we call keyword and domain research. So we're going to choose a domain for you and choose the right keyword so you're showing up in the #1 position. So you can see this website is showing up in #1 position out of 198,000 results. We also do website title, meta tags, keyword-rich text, and backlinks. What all that means is we're moving you up into the #1 spot on Google, because that's by far the most important thing. And then the other thing that we just talked about were the service area landing pages. So you have up to 10 cities, and we will create landing pages that are optimized for those cities, so you'll move further and further up, on Google for those individual cities.
Hey, Rob, if
Yeah.
we just take a few minutes and show them some examples.
Sure, yeah, let's do that. Good idea, Ron. Good idea. All right, let's pull up Google here. Okay, so let's do a couple examples of different sites for some of our partners. So we've got a client. Let's do the Beverly site. So I'm typing in Beverly, Illinois vending, and then you can see our partner is showing up in the #1 position here. And that's actually one of his landing pages that's showing up there. That's why we optimize those landing pages for that. You can click on that. You can see it's the same website that we just showed you a minute ago. And by the way, if you're in Beverly, Illinois, you don't have to type in Beverly, Illinois. But since we're in Southwest Florida, we've got to let Google know what area it is we're searching for. But if you're in Beverly, Illinois, all you have to do is type in vending. So let's try, maybe a company searching for vending service. They don't just type in vending, they type in vending service. You'll notice that we're in the #1 position still. There's an ad up here, but this is our client. This is the free section right here, what we call organic. Maybe the company's typing in vending businesses. They're looking for vending businesses. Yep, okay, we show up #1 there. Maybe vending companies. Let's try vending companies. And by the way, I didn't test all these before, so we're just but I know what we optimize for. We optimize for the most relevant search terms. Let's try, and you know what? We like to lead by example. We're a vending locator. You can type in vending locator. You're going to see us in the #1 position right here. Again, up here are all the ads. You can see our ad as well. But here's our website in the #1 position. If you make it plural, add a S, we're in the #1 position. If you type in vending machine locator, We're in the #1 position. So we practice what we preach when it comes to this. Let's try another site. We have a client in Gadsden. Gadsden Vending. Okay. So right here you'll see we're actually in the #3 spot right now. This is a brand new website. And actually though, our Facebook page for him has already made it to the #1 spot. And his website will move it to the #1 spot here very soon. Let's try another one. We've got a client in White Plains. Let's type in White Plains Vending. Okay, you'll see here they are in the #2 and #3 spots. Again, all the sites we're showing you are sites that have been done in the last month. So they're all going to move up here into the #1 position. Search engine optimization takes a little bit of time, but it's the most worthwhile thing you can do for your business. We've got a client in Naperville. Let's try Naperville Vending Companies. And you'll see there's an ad up at the top, but then you'll see our client is in the #1 position right there. So now, I mean, can you just imagine when your website is in the #1 spot, how you're absolutely going to dominate your area? You're going to look like by far the biggest and most successful vendor there.
And
so anyway, yeah, go ahead, Ron.
I was going to just jump in here, but the best part, yeah, it's nice to dominate page 1, but what that means is that as long as that site is up, locations are going to be coming in month after month after month, as long as people are with us, and those are going to be absolutely free. And that's the good part. And that's why I was talking about in the beginning there, long term. People are our partners, they're not our customers, because they're getting locations month after month after month absolutely free.
Definitely, yeah, those are totally free to you. We don't charge you a dime for those. So this is online marketing. That's the search engine optimization. So everything we showed you there, that's totally free. If someone clicks on that ad, it doesn't cost you a penny. We also do what we call paid ads. And this is through Google AdWords. So your ads will show up at the very top of Google. And you can see our ads look very professional. We put what's called site links to make them bigger and more professional. The site links are the contact us, the service area, the products, the get a free machine. Any of those links will bring them specifically to one single page on your website. And these ads show up at the top of Google instantly as soon as we start running them. And here's the most important thing. If there's no way a business can find you, you're going to miss out on approximately 80% of locations. Because businesses these days, they're not waiting for someone to call on them. If they need vending machines or they need a new vendor in there or they're looking for vending service, they hop online. Google, Bing, and Yahoo are the new yellow pages. They go online and they search. That's what they're doing. If you understand internet marketing, you know how important this is. You don't want to get lost in the dust. This is how we attract those big accounts for you.
And you know, the reality is, Rob, if I may, that this is consistent and predictable results because of the fact that there's a certain amount of people based on demographics in any given area of businesses that are searching for vending services at any given time. So it really does give consistent and predictable results. And so it's a great way to start right out of the gate, as soon as that website goes live, to get them going while the SEO gains traction in the search engines. Then it goes from the paid over to the free, and then they're getting free leads after that. But initially, it's a great way to, while the SEO is gaining traction, to get them started.
Yeah, this is what we call instant market domination. So let's show you some examples of locations that have come in the past week or so for some of our partners. And by the way, you'll notice that we blurred out the information about the actual location. This is because these are real locations. There could be some competitors on this webinar right now. There probably are, trying to figure out how we do things. And so anyway, we don't want anyone else to take these away from our partners. But here's a 100-employee chemical manufacturer. They've got 100 employees, and they get about 25 visitors a day. A college in Boynton Beach. Again, they've got 60 employees, plus a lot of foot traffic. An 80-employee office building. 328-unit apartment building. Again, these are all companies that went out, searched online, filled out a form requesting vending service. That means that there's no selling required on your part at all. They're requesting service. All you have to do is go out there and put your machines in. A large hotel in Niagara Falls with 91 employees. That's a great account. 700 employee hotel management company. That's a massive, massive business. So these are some of the locations that have come in for our clients in the for our partners in the past week or so. They come in right through the websites and requesting service. So let's get on to phase 3, and phase 3 is telemarketing. So what makes our telemarketing, professional telemarketing locators different? For one, our lead telemarketer is getting $30 an hour. $30 an hour. Sure, could we find someone for, 9, 10, or 11 bucks an hour? We could. But the most important thing is building that credibility. You can't sound professional and then not look professional, or you can't look professional and not sound professional. And the number one question that businesses ask when we're on the phone with them is, what's your website? A lot of times we're walking them through the website as we're speaking with them on the phone. Again, these are all in-house people. There's no subcontractors who are, who their primary goal is just to get you the quickest and easiest location they can. We also follow up with locations. We have what we call auto drip campaigns, which are emails that go out week after week to the business. So you're always top of the mind. So if they're redoing their break room and 6 weeks down, and it's not going to be ready for 6 weeks, 6 weeks down the road when they are ready, they're going to be getting those emails from you, and they're going to call you up requesting service. And then we also give you a live dashboard. Before we get to the dashboard, is there anything else you want to say about the telemarketing, Ron?
Well, it's just what comes to mind for me is quality, not quantity. That's really what it comes down to. And yes, they're going to get some good locations right off the bat from the telemarketing. But you hit a key point that's really those businesses that are thinking of a machine in the future. They don't hop online, so it's in the back of their mind, but it hasn't been brought to the forefront. So now what happens is they're going to consistently get locations coming in down the road as a result of, first of all, the telephone call, okay, from the telemarketer, and then the auto drip emails. So months down the road, there'll still be locations coming in from the telemarketing, and that's what's so good about it. Yes, they'll get some immediate ones, but they'll get many down the road where the people said, oh, we're not quite ready, or we're opening another location in 3 months. Can you call us back then? So by getting that email, we're at the top of their mind. It's top of the mind marketing. They're not forgotten.
Yeah, that's a really, really great point, Ron. So here's our telemarketing dashboard. So you'll be able to see, as a partner, you can see exactly how many calls have been placed on a daily basis, how many locations have been found, and then you can also see on a more granular view what happened on each phone call. So you can see Autumn Ridge Apartments. We spoke with Francine. They're not happy with their current vendor. Appointment was set. They've got 200 plus units. But you know exactly what's happening on every call, and any location that we secure, we actually send you a recording of that phone conversation, so you know exactly what happened. No one else in the business does that, and I can guarantee you the reason they don't is they're ashamed of the people that they're paying to make those phone calls, and the lack of professionalism on those calls.
Yeah, I guarantee you that's true on that one. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what's good, Rob, is that the numbers don't lie. So what it does is it gives you a focal point for improvement, and that's what's really key to keeping those numbers and knowing those numbers, is that it gives you a point from which to always be improving.
Definitely, Ron. Definitely. So let's show you what a few of our partners have had to say about us. Over here you can see Lance. He said, I got roughly 4 machines placed over a 6-week period. You can see Taria over here on the right. After they put our Google AdWords together, we were getting calls instantly. And that's what we're talking about, instant location domination by putting up those ads and driving traffic to your website. Here's a couple emails that we've received. Our buddy Jim, he got a 150 employee account that wants 3 machines. And that's one important thing we actually didn't mention before is that most of the locations we find are what we call multiple machine locations. So you're not just spreading, let's say 10 machines out over 10 separate locations. The goal is to get you 2 or 3 accounts that will take all of those machines. That way you're collecting a lot more money and driving a lot less. We have another email down here. I like this, and I thought this was great because he was saying that he just said my website is what caught his eye. And I think that's so important because having that professional website is what's going to make the businesses choose you over any of your potential competitors. Potential competitors? Is that right? Okay. Anyway, tongue twister. So let's get into our Kickstart Platinum plan, which is $4,749. And then we also have a $29 a month charge, which is for hosting, ongoing search engine optimization, and also weekly reporting. 29 bucks a month is very reasonable. We also give you your first 2 months for free. But if you're looking at that $5,000 and you're scared, don't be. Most of you spent nearly that much, or maybe more, on a single machine. And here's the thing: the machines are only 10% of the equation. 90% are the locations that you actually put them in. That's why it's so important that you invest in locations. And now we're going to go through this. I'll have Ron start it off. Go ahead, Ron.
Sure, and you mentioned the $5,000 and people spending a lot on machines. I sometimes say to people, if you bought a Lamborghini, okay, which is a corner, the greatest cornering car in the world, it can take corners at 150 miles an hour, would you put cheap tires on it? Of course not, because that's the most important part. The part that's touching the road is the most important part. And this is where people can't get cheap. They spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on vending machines, and then they don't want to spend any money on locations. Well, it's the most important part. It's 90%, and the machine is only 10%. But getting into the package, the first 2 months are free, and then after that, there's a $29 a month charge for hosting the website, for the weekly reporting, for the SEO, and for algorithm updates, because sometimes Google and the search engines will change their algorithms, so we stay current with that, so that way you don't lose placement. But with this platinum package, you're going to get 10 machines located, and that's guaranteed, or your money back. You're getting a custom website and logo, and it's completely custom. There's nothing that's there. No two customers, or partners, I should say, have sites that are the same, not even close to being the same, because we want them picked up by the search engines, and if they're even remotely close to someone else's, they're not going to be picked up, and then we're having to give you your money back. So that's not going to work. So that's why we do everything completely custom. You're getting 400 telemarketing calls. Again, it gets the ball rolling. You want to get into some AdWords stuff because you're the tech guy.
Sure. So, we do AdWords for you. AdWords are how you get that instant market domination. They show up right at the top of Google instantly once we start running them. And we give you a $500 AdWords credit. So you could take off $500 from this package price because that $500 goes straight to Google. We also give you an email marketing campaign like you were talking about before. So the emails are constantly getting dripped out and sent out to the businesses that we've been calling. Again, search engine optimization. All of your pages are optimized to move up to the #1 position in Google. We optimize up to 10 separate landing pages for cities for you. Of course, we optimize the homepage for your main city as well. And I'll let Ron get into the protected territory here.
Well, yeah, and because of that search engine optimization, people are thinking, well, what if there's other people near me? How are we going to get? How is everybody going to get different locations and so forth? We give a protected territory so that you know that there is no one in your immediate area that is also a partner of Kickstart 360, so that you're not going head to head with them for the same locations. That gives you that peace of mind to know that you're You're not competing with somebody who's got just as good an edge in your area, okay? And that, you know, we want to give people that peace of mind. We also have a location reseller program. If if you've got unwanted or unneeded locations, let's say that you've got 20 machines, we get them all placed for you right away, and then you want to just chill out for a while and not buy any more, well, the website's going to keep spitting out locations week after week after week. So we can then take those locations if you don't want them or don't need them, and we can sell those for you. We keep a third off the top, and we send you 2/3 of the proceeds. So if we sold the location for $1,000, we send you $667, and you didn't have to do a thing to make that money. We also have a very key word, assignable location contract. Assignable means that it can be assigned to another party, and that's very important so that you can always be able to sell that location. Also, lifetime coaching and support. There is no other company in the industry that wants to get your phone call, whether it be a month after they're done getting the locations, or 2 months, or 2 years down the road. But we're more than happy to, because again, it's a partnership. It's a completely different scenario. We want to be able to help you grow your business. That's the difference. So we're here to answer any questions. We've got over 100 years of experience under our belts, combined experience. And so I don't think there's anything in this industry we can't answer. If there is, we'll tell you, and we'll get the answer. And then the Vending Academy. You know what? Why don't you explain the Vending Academy, Rob? Because that is really, I'm so excited about that. It's crazy.
Sure, definitely. So we're going to give you all the tools that you need to be successful in your vending business. So beyond just locations, we're going to give you, answers to any other questions that you could possibly have. How do you run your route? What product should I be putting in there? How often should I service the machines? What do I say to the businesses, when I go out there? When I do a site inspection, what do I need to look for? What do I need to measure for? We're going to cover everything. We're going to do we'll have different segments every week, different webinars, and then also a toolkit. So if there's anything specific that you need answered, that Vending Academy is going to answer it for you. And then, of course, weekly reporting. You're going to get weekly website reports that tell you how many visitors your website received, what was the average duration that someone actually spent on your website, what are the most popular pages on the website, what are they actually looking at, and then really neat is what cities are the majority of your visitors coming from, so you know what market it is that you really need to target. So you'll get those weekly reports that goes out to you every week for the life, as long as you're with us. And let me tell you about our Kickstart 100% location refund guarantee. So with our Platinum plan, we are guaranteeing that you'll get at least 10 machines located within the first 16 weeks in high traffic locations, by the way, that you approve. You get to approve the locations, or Kickstart will give you $150 for each one missing. So how do we get to the $150 mark? And this is where it gets really exciting. Because you can get additional locations as a Platinum partner for only $150 each. These are locations that are secured by working directly with one of our professional telemarketing locators. And again, these come also with a 100% location refund guarantee as well. And here's the thing about it. This is only if you need instant locations. Let's say you buy 5 machines, you get a great deal on 5 machines, and you need to get them located right away. That's when you know you can use this. Any locations, though, that come through the website, those are totally free. We don't charge a dime for those. Anything else you want to say here, Ron?
I wanted to go back to the guarantee for just a second and let people know where we came up with the 16 weeks also, because
sure, absolutely.
It's going to take about 2 weeks for us to do the logo that you approve, to do the website. You approve the website also. So there's some tweaks, there's some changes that we have to do to that. So that's 2 weeks in. And then we figure we're going to get one grade A corporate account. Now, I'm not talking Al's Auto Repair. I'm talking about businesses that have like you saw, 80, 100, 200, 500 employees. And we're going to get one of those about every 10, 12, 13 days. So figure a little less than one every 2 weeks. So that's where we came up with the 16 weeks. So we're not sitting here painting pie in the sky that, oh, we're just going to go out and snap our fingers and you're going to have 10 locations in a week and you know, no, that doesn't happen when you're calling on corporate accounts, when you're going after these big companies. You have to develop a rapport, you have to show your credibility, and so that's why it's 16 weeks. Because some people may be thinking, well, gee, that's kind of a long time. But when you really think about it, would you rather get 10 grade A corporate accounts in 16 weeks or 10 garbage ones in a week? I mean, that's the reality. Now, the other thing in terms of the, back to the next slide, would be the fact that what we're basing that on really is that, no, you don't need to buy any more locations. You really don't. But if you needed some quickly, we're basically, we know that it takes a good, strong $30 an hour telemarketer about 4 or 5 hours to get a grade A location with the phone calls, the follow-ups, emails, and everything. So that's where we came up with the $150. And you'll see as we go on how we even came up with it in a better way or a different way.
Absolutely. So, and here's the other thing. Right now, we're going to do a webinar special. And Ron and I talked about it, and we're going to give out 8 promotional codes that will save you $750, which brings our package price down to $3,999. You know, it's an amazing deal. You know, let's go ahead and break down the price. And by the way, the reason we're giving out 8 only is if we gave out more, the service level would be sacrificed, because we've got only a certain number of designers, a certain number of professional telemarketing people. So if we sold more than 8, you know, service would sacrifice. So the first 8 will save $750, and that brings the package price down to $3,999, less than the price of 1 new vending machine. It's totally reasonable. And what is the real cost? So you're going to get 10 machines located for $3,999. If you figure the website is $2,000, the Google AdWords credit that we pay straight to Google is $500. That means you're only paying essentially $14.99 to get 10 machines placed, or about $150 per machine. Anything else you want to say about the breakdown, Ron?
No, that's they're going to see that is a very low. When we say 2,000 for the website, that's a really low number, and we're going to prove that here in just a second.
Yeah, that's a really low number for a completely custom website. We went on the web, we pulled out some custom website designers. This one's called Play-Doh. You can see there it says how many pages in the site, 16, custom design, estimated price $4,000 to $8,000. Again, of course, there's no guarantee on that price, and they're not in the vending industry, so they're not guaranteeing you any locations. They have no refund guarantee either. Here's another one. This is Red Peach Designs. Web development starts at $3,500, and then you'll notice there at the bottom that you can add a custom logo for $500. So you're already $4,000 just for the website. They're not including telemarketing. They're not including a refund guarantee on locations. They're not really promising you anything. Again, the website starts at $3,500. It could be much more than that, or $4,000 with the logo.
And you know what? I just noticed on there, Rob. It says at the bottom. It says 1 month free support after launch. You know, we're almost 24/7. You and I are answering the phones on the weekends sometimes. I mean that's that's the reality. So I mean, you know, just 1 month of free support. That's sad.
Yeah. And then we have another one here that is in the vending industry. That's called Vend Central. Do they put together nice vending websites? They do. We give you a 16-page website. They only give you a 12. And we do everything else they do. We also have all the guarantees. And
You
you
know,
know,
I
go
can
ahead.
jump in here, Rob. I was going to say what they've done is they have targeted a niche market. They've decided, you know what, people with vending machines need a website, and so what we can do is we can jazz it up, sugarcoat this, and get a much larger cost, ultimately making us a lot more profit. Is really what they've done. If you go to the next slide, please, we break down what they give you and what we give you, and automatically the first one, we're giving you 10 locations too. They're not giving any locations. They're giving just 12 pages. We're giving you 16 pages. Yes, they do have professional text. They do a good website. I can't say that they do a bad website. They do a good website. They say they do search engine optimization, but I've never tested to see how well their results are. I know we're getting people on the first page of Google a lot of times within 24 to 48 hours. That's literally happened many times. Domain and email setup, yes, they do give you that. Email marketing is optional for them. That means that there's more cost there. Web analytics, yes, they do that. Social media, yes. Um, we don't do a blog because that really is just more work for you. And if you don't stay current with it, it only makes you look bad. So we don't even bother with that. Um, they're not giving you the AdWords credit. They're not doing any telemarketing calls. There's no location contract. There's no reseller program. There's no lifetime coaching and support. There's no vending academy. And also, we're any extra images we don't charge you for. So there's just so many advantages. And these, like I said, these people do good work. I can't say they don't. But it stops there. It's just, here's your website. Then you go, oh, well, what do I do with it? Is really what it comes down to.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, they do nice sites. I mean, they're not as good as ours. They don't look as good as ours, and ours are showing up in amazing positions on Google very, very quickly. So let's get in. This is your future. How many people are out there are looking to quit their job and move into vending full time? Go ahead and put a one in the chat box right now.
That should be everyone, Rob, because everybody has the goal of quitting their job and just doing this full time.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a ton of ones coming in, and go and do me a favor. Put in another one if you want to build your business up to 10, 20, 30 locations the next couple of years.
I'm
All
sure
right,
you
we're getting more ones. These are the people that want to build a legacy. Something for their kids, and also a lifestyle business, so they can relax. They can let the machines do the work, and they can enjoy the life they want, take the trips and vacations that they want. So we broke it down for you here, your investment and your return on investment. So with our webinar special, you're only paying $3,999. Again, less than the cost of one new vending machine. Let's say, with that, we're guaranteeing 10 machines located. Let's say in year one, you get another 5 additional through the website. Cost to you, 0. We don't charge you anything for those. Year two, let's say you get another 10 additional through the website. Again, we charge you 0 for those. That's 25 machines located. And then we show you your total investment at $4,637. So why $4,637? Because the $29 a month, which is for website, hosting, maintenance, the weekly reports, the ongoing search engine optimization, that's only $29 a month. We give you the first 2 months free. But we wanted to include that just to make sure it was super accurate. So that includes over 2 years the total investment. And let's say and this is a very reasonable return estimate here, 25 machines located, each machine doing only 10 sales a day times 25 machines, an average sale price of $1.75, which is about the industry average. That's a gross revenue of $525 a month per machine. That equates to a monthly revenue of $13,125, or annually $157,500. That's a 3,396% return on your investment in locations.
and Rob, the number at the 5.25 a month is very conservative. That really is because many of the accounts that we get are multiple machine accounts, and as you see, they're they have much more potential than 500 and a quarter. But again, we like to be conservative in our figures. But folks, the real what gets me is the 3,396% return on investment. That's why you got in the business. That's the reality, is because there's a lot of people in this business making a lot of money. That's the bottom line. So that's really what it comes down to, is that there's a ton of money to be made in this business, and partnering with the right company can get you the right results. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we could have doubled these figures on the return side, but we wanted to give something very, very minimalistic. But I mean, these numbers could easily be doubled. Your annual revenue could hit over 300,000 easily, but we gave a very conservative estimate here. So,
You know, in fact, Rob, I just wanted to. There's a woman who's going to be coming on board with us. I spoke to her today. She's got 7 machines. You know, her annual revenue on 7 machines, okay, and she's doing good. She's doing better than most that I speak to. $75,000 with 7 machines. That's pretty
wow.
darn good. Yeah. No, and she's so excited about our program. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Now, we have a lot of people coming on board here, and one of the most important things is that you don't lose out on your territory. Because, again, with the search engine optimization, we have to limit who we can put in each individual area. So if you want to lock down your territory, and I highly suggest doing this so you don't lose out on it, it's only $300. We'll apply that to the $3,999. So your total after the hold is only $3,699, and that'll hold your territory for 21 days. We won't sell it to anyone else. Now, this is non-refundable. The territory hold is, so don't do it unless you plan on staying in the vending business. And you've got to call Ron to see if your territory is still available. And when you call Ron to get your promo code for the $750 off, say Kickstart 360 is for me, and Ron will give you that promo code and talk with you about the territory to make sure your territory is still available.
Right.
So,
And one thing I wanted to say, I wanted to jump in, Rob, and say that people have to understand territories go quickly because of the advertising. So what happens is they must live or be based in their territory. Somebody can't say, oh, well, I'm going to wait a month or two, and then I'll take another territory that's, maybe 20 miles away. That's not fair to the person that may have wanted that territory 20 miles away. So you have to live in your territory. And we have to cut it off somewhere, and that's the way we do it. So yeah, don't call me for the promo code unless you're ready to go forward. Let's not waste your time or mine, please. But I love to hear those words. Kickstart 360 is for me.
That's right, Ron. That's right, Ron. And a lot of people ask us, well, why do we have this territory hold? Because we don't want to call you, and we don't want to have you call us in 2 or 3 weeks and say, hey, I'm ready to go, and then we're like, well, sorry, can't do it now. That's been sold. So go ahead and lock that down now. Make sure you don't lose that on your territory. So what we're giving you today is a clear and detailed locating system. It delivers consistent and very predictable results. And the best thing is it's autopilot. It's set it and forget it. You're always going to have the thumb on the pulse of your business. But the best thing is all the locations that come through your website are completely free as long as you're with us. This is a long-term partnership. And what does that mean? It means unlimited locations for life. Again, there's Ron's phone number. He's extension 2. Say Kickstart 360s for me. Check and see if your territory is available. And if it is, make sure to lock that down. Now, everyone's getting a few bonuses just for attending. You're going to get our 7 Secrets book if you don't have it already. And we're also going to give you a location reseller contract. So these are for locations that, if you get locations that you don't want and you want to sell it to another vendor in your area, you can. This contract gives you the ability to do that. We paid $750 for it, and we're giving that to everyone on the webinar today. Now, we've got just a few minutes left. Like I said, we're going to do a Q&A session at the end. But we've got a lot of people on the webinar, so we're probably not going to answer all the questions. If we don't get to your questions, don't worry. Ron said he's going to stick around as long as it takes, and he Call him direct, and he will get them answered for you. So let's see what questions come in here, Ron.
I'm sure you got a bunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we
So,
love questions.
yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, I encourage people to ask questions. We love questions because that lets us know people are truly interested. So, there's
Yeah,
people up.
they got to do their due diligence. I mean, that's very important.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's a good one. This is from Liz. Is there any commitment to the $29 a month thing? No, there's absolutely no commitment. You get the first 2 months for free. If you want us to continue hosting it, we will. It's $29 a month, but that includes hosting. You're going to get very professionally put together weekly reports to tell you, how many website visitors you've had, where they come from, what search terms you're ranking for, all the important things. And that also gives you ongoing search engine optimization. So if Google makes any changes to their algorithms, we're going to make those changes to your website to make sure you maintain in your #1 position on Google.
And a key point that I wanted to bring up, Liz, that is your website. You keep it. So if you ever stop, we send you the files. You automatically, that's your website. So, that you own that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you own that forever. Okay. This is from Jason. What kind of revenue can I expect per location? So we're going after larger businesses that that are big enough to produce between 500 to 2,000 a month, or potentially more. Now, is every company going to do that? No. No one can guarantee you a certain dollar figure. But these are the size of businesses we're going after. Again, we're not a transaction-based company that's only interested in getting you the quickest location we can find. We're incentivized to get you into high-quality locations because you get to approve those locations. And we back it up with a 100% location refund guarantee. That was a really great question. Let's see here. Okay, we'll take one more question. Let's find a good one. They're all good, but let's find one that. Okay, here's a great one right here. How long does it take to get my website done? It takes just about 2 weeks to get the website done. Can it go quicker? Yes, but there's a little bit of back and forth interaction. You get to approve the logo. You're going to get, we'll send you up to 3 sample logos that you can choose from. And then if you want to tweak them, you can. You get final approval on those. You get final approval on the website. And we're also setting up a lot of stuff in the back end, like website reporting, the Google AdWords stuff, the search engine optimization stuff, and everything like that. Anyway, I just want to thank everyone so much for everyone who's attended. I cannot believe how many people we've had on this webinar today. That's amazing. I look forward to speaking with everyone after you come on board with us. And thanks again, Ron, for taking your time and doing this as well. It's been amazing.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, so folks, give me a call. I'm here. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to give out promo codes, and let's just take your business to the next level.
All right, thank you, Ron. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.